Hi, I'm Lawrence Bernstein, a professional speechwriter, and I run greatspeechwriting.co.uk. And irrespective of the sort of speech that you're going to give, there are 2 or 3 key things to bear in mind. Firstly, there is nothing to beat preparation, and hopefully you're not watching this 24 hours before you're due to give your speech, but the more time you leave yourself, the better. Second of all, don't worry about speaking for too long. Often a 5-minute speech is much more powerful and impactful than a 20-minute one, and brevity is often the key. And finally, although a lot of the videos that I've created are about writing a speech, please remember that you can't think about writing and delivering separately. They're one and the same thing. You're writing to make the speech easy to deliver, and if you think of it that way, then the thing should work. So you're writing a campaign speech. It could be for anything from a school election right through to something that's at national election level. But my advice would actually be the same across the board, because the key tip I would give time after time is be relevant. It's all very well talking incredibly knowledgeably and enthusiastically about stuff that matters to you, but all that matters during the speech you're about to give is what the people in that room want to hear. So don't feel that you need to go through every level of detail on everything you know about issues in and around this election. Make sure that you just focus in principally on the ones that matter to the people in the room who are listening to you on that particular day. And so you need to constantly bear in mind this balance between the big picture, what the party is doing, what the election could mean to the country, against the much smaller picture of how the local people in the room where you're talking will benefit or otherwise as a result of what you're standing for. As a result, your whole speech needs to be led by benefit. It's not all about me, however much that may amuse or interest some of the people in the room, but it is about you and about us for the platform on which you are standing. Now, having borne that in mind, there are some tricks that would be relevant to you whether you were standing at a sales pitch or even if you were talking at an after-dinner event. But bearing in mind that you're trying to get across a very important message, it's vital that you keep what you're saying simple. It's got to be direct. It's got to avoid fluffing around the point and making sure that you give the appearance that you are completely honest and that you actually mean and you're genuine about what you're going to say. You want to keep it punchy so it's easy for you to deliver, and deliver in a way that shows that you feel passionately about it, rather than it's just something that you are going through the motions on behalf of. And that will win people over in that room and make them want to vote, not just for you, but for what you stand for and for how it can benefit them. Now, there are hundreds of other tips, both for speaking at a campaign level or just speaking generally. It's impossible to know what your particular issues are until we've had a chance to speak. So please have a look at the website, greatspeechwriting.co.uk, or feel free to give me a call.